First, let's address the elephant in the room. Yes, Moana 2 was originally meant to be a TV series developed for Disney+, but Disney obviously decided to turn it into a Disney sequel instead, so let's give it a chance. The movie takes place 3 years after the events of the first film, in which Moana, with the help of Maui, returns the heart of Te Fiti, effectively crumbling Te Kā, who was the fiery, monstrous, enraged, literally heartless form of Te Fiti. Spoiler alert. Moana has started exploring islands in the hope of finding other people. The people continue to live on Motunui, but are now voyagers. Her father, Chief Tui, has grown some gray hairs, and Moana now has a little sister named Simea. I'm actually very happy with the character arc of Chief Tui, because he's very obviously a lot more supportive of Moana, going so far as to bequeath to her the title of Tautai, meaning Wayfinder. We finally learn about the mysterious chief in the first movie from the song We Know the Way. We see him in 2 scenes. He's talked about in the first scene where Moana is teaching her little sister Simea about their ancestors, and then he appears in a second scene where Moana has a vision, or a calling from the ancestors. He was the last Tautai, named Vasa. He appears before Moana in a vision and explains to her the reason that none of the peoples are connected anymore. The reason she cannot find any people is because a power-hungry god, Nalo, sank the mythical island of Motufetu, which connected all other islands. Tautai Vasa warns that Motunui will cease to exist eventually if Moana cannot find Motufetu, somewhere farther than even Tautai Vasa was able to sail. Committed to the mission, Moana assembles her team of villagers consisting of Moni the historian and Maui lover, Loto the innovator, grumpy old farmer Keke, and pig and rooster Pua and Heihei. They run into Maui in Matangi's lair. Maui was trapped on his way to defeat Nalo himself. Matangi seems to be a demigoddess trapped into forced servitude by Nalo. She helps Moana enter Nalo's realm. Nalo's realm is full of relentless lightning storms, and the ocean cannot help there. They arrive at a sunken Motufetu. Nalo's monsters destroy the canoe, which discourages Moana and the crew. After Maui revitalizes her, with not a pep talk, but a pep song, she finds that the group repaired their canoe. This time, they decide that Maui will pull the island up with his hook, and Moana will touch it, which would break the curse. Maui uses all his might to pull the island up, and makes great progress, but Nalo's lightning bolts are relentless. They incinerate his tattoos and strip him of being a demigod. He is struck down and plummets into the sea. As Moni tries to retrieve him, Moana, in desperation, dives down to touch Motufetu herself under the water, just as she had dove for the heart of Te Fiti in the first movie. She touches the island, but not before being struck by Nalo's lightning, which killed her. It had to have hurt, because water is a great conductor, but I digress. Maui dove after her, realizing what has happened. He realizes she is dead and recites a magical chant. Summoned by the chant, her ancestors, including Chief Tautai Vasa and Grandma Tala, join the chant. Moana is revived and receives a tattoo. I think that she has become a demigoddess, but that is not confirmed. It's heavily implied, though. She sets foot on the island, plays the conch, the island which has now risen after she touched it. She sets foot on the island, plays the conch, and summons many other people from other lands. They all reply with their own horns. She returns to Motunui with her crew, and these new people and the group Moana left with hold a feast on the island of Motunui. In the mid-credits, we see Nalo scolding Matangi for allowing the curse to be broken. Then, we see Tamatoa seeking to join Nalo's revenge plans against Maui, only to have his shiny shell destroyed by lightning from Nalo. And metal is also a great conductor, so Nalo was merciful there because he could have had some broiled crab legs for dinner if he chose to use stronger lightning. So this movie had some great things in it. I think people had really high standards because Moana was a top 5 Disney animated movie, and it's a top 5 animated franchise. But for being a sequel, the movie was really quite good. We learn more lore, meet new characters, and learn about some darker dynamics at play. They're even setting up for a threequel, it looks like. We learn that just as it was the gods who made Maui a demigod, a god like Nalo can also turn Maui back into a human like Nalo did to Maui. After Moana's revival, Maui was restored to being a demigod. This movie perfectly sets up a threequel. It demands resolution. One thing I want to see addressed in Moana 3 is, how is Motu Fetu the island that connects all islands? I thought Te Fiti was the mother island that created all other surrounding islands. We saw Tamatoa would return in the second movie, so I want to see if Te Fiti would come back in the third or ever. And I would like to see some other gods besides Nalo and Te Fiti, perhaps the ones who Maui met when he was thrown into the ocean, and the ones who turned him into a demigod and gave him his magical fish hook. Do you guys think there will be a Moana 3? Let me know in the comments. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe because my next video might be a breakdown of the song We Know the Way. But if you have other suggestions, let me know in the comments. Peace.